exterior inspection. We're at the right elevation of the property. There's a little bit of erosion going on here. You can see the grade has dropped somewhat. This is not unusual over time. It's eroded by running water, rain, etc, etc, and it's eroded. I have noticed up here we've got a dryer vent and it's full of debris. That's a fire hazard and that needs to be removed. We have a settlement crack running down here. And the corking's in poor shape at this window. No corking down here at all. It's going to be leaking around here and around here. Let's continue round. Into the rear garden. And the corking is failing here. We have a settlement crack up here. Yes, and the window corking, it's in need of repair. Window corking is something you need to do regularly. We're now at the rear right elevation. We have some damage up here. There's been a repair. We have steel lintels and no wheat holes in them. This window here, slight settlement crack here, here. Okay, we have major settlement going on here. You see this crack running here, running down. There is a lot of movement here. Yeah, up here you can see this whole section of the building has started to sink in this area here. So the settlement crack starts here and it runs all the way down to the wall there. It's sort of going horizontal, so what is actually happening is this corner, that is the left front corner of the building, seems to be sinking. Yeah, and we've got further evidence of that here. We've got a crack running over the top of the arch. In addition, we've got holes in the caulking here, lots of holes there. It's leaking like a sieve, that area. Front elevation of the property, we're looking at the roof. And this is a roof that's, I would rate as just a little bit below average. There's some damage marks on it in places, but not enough to suggest a hail damage. Certainly enough to suggest that the roof itself has been on for a number of years. But there's no way that you can actually age a roof, so not much I could say other than I've got to look for damage and say, well, okay, I found it, but I'm not finding any here, just a small nick there. There's rot to the trim board here, and the soffit and trim have moved here. The windows are getting to an age where the seals have gone. This one has got condensation on it. Here, around here, indicates that the gas seal has gone, and they're probably at the end of their working life as a sealed unit. That doesn't stop them working as a window there. There's temporary repair has been carried out here and here. It's not very good, I'm afraid. It will definitely be leaking now, although we may not be able to see it from the inside. This is the house from the roof, from the left-hand elevation, and there's no sign of weather damage as far as I can see at this elevation today. Look at the rear elevation, we're looking at the rear of the chimney, got a cricket. The chimney, the roof around the chimney has been incorrectly installed as far as I can see. It doesn't have flashings down the side, it's been caulked. Roof ventilation is via those turbo vents there. Frankly, they're defeating each other. I'll explain in the report what's wrong with that arrangement. This is the roof from the rear elevation. We're now at the right elevation of the property again, looking at the roof from the ladder. It's looking particularly for tree damage. There is no tree damage, it's been well maintained. It's in good order. It's a pull down ladder for the attic, and it's missing a weather seal. It should be around the attic hatch. The intention is to seal it from the garage, because in the garage you're storing gasolines, chemicals, etc, etc, and the weather seal keeps that out of the attic. In addition, it's also a fire break, and this has a steel fire door with a seal around it, a weather seal. That's to keep the fire back if it starts in a garage, and a weather seal around the actual hatch itself also prevents the fire from spreading quickly into the attic. We're in the attic. What we can see here is a light switch, and it's got a plastic cover. Very common for plastic covers to be fitted to lights in attics, and you can see that this one is broken, and now there are exposed terminations carrying live voltage. You can put your fingers in there in the dark, not seeing it, and electrocute yourself. Well, plastic covers need to be banned from attics. They should be metal, not plastic. We have Romex cables running over. Ooh, that was tripped me there. Romex cables running over the service boards. You'll see them here. They've got to be protected, because in the left like that they can become damaged. This is the water heater. I can tell you now the water heater is in very poor condition. Can you see this here? Yes, it's very close to springing a leak. The corrosion on the input pipe is quite extensive, and these type of water heaters only last 6 to 10 years. Oh no, this is even worse. This is very bad. You can see here we've got a exhaust flue. This is the hood, and you can see it's misaligned. What that means is that hot gases, including carbon monoxide, are being thrown into this attic, and instead of being exhausted out the roof. This is dangerous. This is the air conditioning unit. Filter's clean. There's no drip or sediment trap on the gas line to the furnace. Okay, well, we're inside now, and we can see that we have extractors up there. There's 3 of them. They're defeating each other because they're simply going to come in one and go out the other, and we're not going to get proper ventilation up through the soffit to the crown of the roof. as a spray radiant barrier. And we've got about 8 inches of insulation. This is a dry vent. I said on the outside I could see there were debris in there. There's a lot of debris in there, and you can see it here, and you can see it's not getting out. It's actually being blown back into the attic. This is a fire hazard, and this whole thing needs to be cleaned. You can see you've got lint. Now lint, under very dry conditions, which we get, can spontaneously ignite, and that will be a very, very quick fire. The garage door closer, there's no trip sensors, so you can walk under it and it will continue to close. Let's open it up again. No cover on the unit. No damage to the rails. It's been greased. Runs very well. The chimney. We're looking for a... Yep, there it is. Combustion vent, which is good. Let's go and look at the chimney inside and the fireplace. Compressor, we're on the right hand side of the building. This is the post box, and you can see here it's actually cracking. The whole thing is collapsing. It's mainly due to movement in the soils. But that's going to need some repair work. the hydrotherapy tub doesn't work. There's a little bit of separation between the coping and the corking. You need to keep that sort of thing sealed because water can get down the back there and excavate, undermine the actual pool itself, which you don't want. Zone 1 is the front yard flower beds. Zone 2 is the front yard left elevation. Zone 3 is the side, right hand side yard. Zone 4 is the front yard, left elevation.